something that's kind of cozy, to be honest. I think I did well. Hey everyone, it's Lottie. So today I decided to just do something a little bit different, which is kind of like let's have a chat kind of thing, where like I asked a couple of you on my Instagram to just ask me a couple of questions and like topics you wanted me to talk about, and I just kind of talk to you guys. I don't know, I think a couple of other like kawaii YouTubers do this, so I thought maybe it'd be fun just in case you guys will have it on in the background or just vibe and listen to me talk about the randomest stuff. But yeah, let's get into it. My friend Beth asked what are my main inspirations for my fashion. I would probably say Fairy K, but I'm really getting into gal/gyaru recently. I think like when I first got into like alternative fashion I was like 12, and I think I went through my emo phase like pretty much every other kid did. It's kind of funny really, because like a lot of people that went through an emo phase I've found now are also in like a kawaii phase, which is completely like fine. It's really cool, but it's kind of nice to see how like people who go into alternative fashion kind of just stay in it as they get older, and they just kind of like mature and build their own fashion that just is so personal to them, but it's still alternative, which is really sweet. But yeah, I think I started when I was 4. I think when I was 12 I had my emo phase, and then I had like a mini in between phase where I was just like a massive like Tumblr geek kid. We're just gonna skip past that page, that was really cringy. I had that phase, and then I was really into pastel goth. Couldn't dye my hair because I was in high school, and obviously in British high school you're not allowed to express yourself in any way, shape or form. You just have to look like a number. But yeah, I got into pastel goth a lot. I didn't really experiment with the fashion that much. I think I used to make like little hammer bead like hairpins and stuff, but I got into pastel goth, and then I think I discovered Fairy K from that, and that's where I kind of wormed my way into the Harajuku fashion side of things. And I think I was really into Fairy K when I was like 18, I think. So like, geez, 2 years now, because it's my birthday on Tuesday. That's quite a while, to be honest. Yeah, I experimented with that. I got a couple of Fairy K types of clothes, but I think now I just focus more on like whatever I want to do. Like my style is kind of just a combination of Fairy K, gyaru and decor, I'd say. I think I never really fit myself into one category anymore. There's categories I really like and categories I try and like challenge myself to specifically go for. But like, for example, like if I put an outfit together for this, I just kind of see what looks cute in my wardrobe and put it together. So I don't really have a category anymore, but probably my main inspirations would be like Fairy K, I'd say, just because it's so pretty. There's so many alternative fashions that really inspire me. Like I could go on for hours about it, but dominantly Fairy K. So my friend Recreate/Rianne asked, where do you buy your clothes from, and what would you recommend buying from smaller independent stores? Honestly, I would recommend buying from independent stores so much more. Like, quick shout out right now, these earrings are from Magikitten Store, and I love them so much because I really struggle to find Usahana merch. I love Usahana so much. She's probably my second favourite Sanrio character, along with Cinema Roll. And when I saw them bring out these earrings, I was like, I need to get them, because it is so hard to find Usahana merch now because she's been discontinued. But yeah, they're super cute. They also make really cute all the Sanrio themed earrings, so please go and check them out. Also, this shirt is from Paloli/Paloli World on Instagram. It's Cinema Roll. I love Cinema Roll and I love Usahana, so I'm repping my two favourite Sanrio characters right now. Yeah, please check them out. Also check out my friend Recreate, who is making face masks, which is really important in the pandemic and everything going on right now. She makes really cute themed face masks. I think she does commissions as well, but yeah, please hit these people up because they are amazing. And like I said, I think it is more important to support smaller independent brands, because you're supporting their lifestyle as well as supporting what they do, because for some people I know that like this is their main source of income, so it's kind of, they rely on only sales. So please go and check them out. Please support smaller brands instead. Like for example, a lot of these bigger kawaii fashion companies like Sunrents, for example, other like big names, that kind of stuff, or Store Envy, for example, they're good companies, but what they tend to do is they will buy from smaller websites like eBay, AliExpress and Taobao. If you're not familiar with them, basically what they are is they will manufacture things in a warehouse and they will put it straight onto like eBay or Taobao or on that website. It's not branded, it's not anything, they just make that, put it on there, and because of that process that it's so cheap, and that's why, oh, the camera called, hi, hello? And that's why it's so cheap basically. So what these companies will do is they will buy from Taobao or AliExpress or eBay for say like £8 for like a kawaii sweater or something, it could be £8 on there, and then they will resell it for say £20, so they've instantly gained more profit from reselling something that you can just buy there and then on AliExpress. And it's not exactly illegal, because I can understand everyone needs to make a living, but that's the thing again, smaller companies and independent companies, they are like making that themselves and they're putting it out there for the world to see, like that's their talent, that's their thing, whereas these bigger stores, they're just buying stuff people have already made in a warehouse and reselling it for more. So yeah, I would totally support independent brands instead, because you just get so much, like, you feel so much better for doing it because you're supporting their lifestyle as well. And me as like a creator as well, like I sell my art a lot. I've been trying to get into doing more like fashion sales related stuff and like resin stuff, but just when people buy things from me I get really happy, and it's the same with other people as well, because like you're really helping them out, because for some people, like I said, that's their only source of income, so it really helps. So yeah, support your local brand. Let me move to Tokyo. Asked, do I have any art tips? It's kind of hard to give up for me because I'm quite biased, because I used to work traditionally, but now that I have an iPad Pro, I work on my iPad. Honestly, please try and like alternate between traditional and digital, because I made the mistake of going digital completely now, and I can do traditional art, but it's just a lot more difficult for me now. Like for example, I like to work with watercolor a lot, and I tried it the other day and I've just completely forgotten how to properly do it. Art tips wise, I would say, I'm biased because I tend to draw people, but I guess this could apply for if you're drawing like environments as well. I would say try to get as many references as possible. Like for example, I go on Pinterest. Pinterest is a really good place to find references. Don't trace exactly from it unless you're just trying to get the body shape or the movement, because sometimes movements and hand gestures can be really hard. So if you want to get like the foundation for it, by all means just do a quick sketch over it, but don't trace it, please, because you won't learn from that. Yeah, just get reference from places like Pinterest. I think you can literally type in like fighting gestures or like building references or like skyscraper height reference, anything you can think of, and it will have it on there pretty much, because Pinterest is essentially for artists and for creative people, so you will find a lot on there, and not even just references, really good art tips and like how to shade, how to improve like light sources and stuff. I would say try and practice anatomy a lot more if you can. There are good books, but again, Pinterest is also really good for that, and it's free, but you can support people too by buying that. I would also say maybe try and study less known things such as lighting, just because it just makes your drawings look a lot more, not that you put more effort into them, but it looks a lot more like wow kind of thing. Like it looks like you really considered it. Not that other artists like that don't do it aren't good. Like I've seen amazing artists that just use base color or just use sketch, but it's these like little factors that you can add sometimes that really work, and you're like, oh wow, I'll keep applying to that. And also don't give up on your art, because everyone has their own way of drawing. Don't compare yourself to any other artist. Same goes for cosplaying. Don't compare yourself, because that's the worst thing you can do, because it'll not motivate you anymore. So please just keep at it. So my friend Chief Shirito asked, how did I get into the cosplay scene? Honestly, it's been almost 10 years now, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I got into it, I think I was in year 6 when I first got into anime, because I had this friend my whole life called Hannah, and thank you Hannah for making me who I am today. Yeah, basically I've been friends with her like since I was born essentially, and I was never really into anime that much until year 6, because I'd always go around to her house or she'd come around to mine and we just vibe. And I think towards the end of year 6 she started showing me like Bleach and I think Hetalia was a rough time in my life. So she showed me Bleach, I think Naruto and Hetalia, and I was like, oh wow, this is really cool. And then she also showed me Vocaloid, which is where my Vocaloid obsession began, because I really pop off the Vocaloid. So yeah, I think she showed me that, and then I think for Christmas she was like, oh, I got a Miku cosplay for Christmas, do you wanna try it? Because she also had Fear God and Rin, which again is a really cute cosplay. I like the cosplay a lot. So she had a Miku cosplay and a Rin cosplay, and she was like, oh, do you wanna have a cosplay night? So I was like, oh, what's cosplay? And then she showed me, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. So yeah, she came around to my house, we tried it. It looked god awful. But yeah, basically I tried on the Miku cosplay the first time ever. So Miku was technically my first cosplay when I was 12, I think, or 11. I tried that on. I then decided that I really liked cosplaying, and I asked my mum and dad if I could get a cosplay for my birthday. So that's when I asked for Luca, and then Luca was my very first owned cosplay that I had. So Luca's very close to me. So I had that, and then when I moved into high school, I met one of my friends, Shannon, and my friend Helen, who were a couple of years above me, but they were really into cosplaying and anime as well, and there were these cosplay events that would happen near us. I'm not going to say where, but it was like local, in a city local to us. So we would go there. My parents were very chill about this, thankfully, because they were a lot older than me, so they were a lot more like, we will protect you. I went to the cosplay events where I met a lot more people in the community, a lot more people that were like me, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's people near me that do this is crazy. So I got into it from there. I think that motivated me to go to cons more. I think my first con was 2013. I cosplayed Pearl Sutcliffe. My feet hurt so much because I wore heels. It wasn't a fun experience, but after that I just kind of went to the cons more, went to cosplay meetups more, and I met so many nice people. I met my amazing boyfriend at the cosplay meetup as well. So I think just seeing so many like nice people in the community and then gradually making more and more friends from it really motivated me to keep going, and that's how I got into the big cosplay scene. And then this time last year, someone at con introduced me to TikTok, and then I tried TikTok, and then I met so many more amazing people from that, and that's where I am today. So Diane Do asked if I have any con/cosplay story times, and oh boy, do I have an interesting story from that. This might put people off cons. I assure you, cons are fun, but go with the right people and make sure you stay safe, because these people are creepy. So me and my boyfriend were cosplaying as Megumin and Kazuma, I think about 2 years ago, and we had like, not to sound like I'm such a big deal, I'm a big cosplayer, but basically because Konosuba was really popular at the time, we had a crowd around us outside taking pictures of us because, you know, cool. And there was this one guy that had a Megumin phone case, so being the nice person I was like, oh, nice phone case, and he was like, thanks, and I was like, okay, cool, we're gonna go inside and go and look at the art stalls and stuff now. So we went inside, and this was about maybe half an hour later. The same guy comes up to me, doesn't even, like, I didn't even know he was there, I was just trying to look at some cute plushies, comes up to me, grabs me, starts like shaking me like this, and I'm just like, dude stop, I'm not your waifu. And he just won't stop, and then my boyfriend's like, dude, she's uncomfortable, can you please not do that? And then instead of being like, oh, I'm sorry, like, or even being like, oh, can I have a picture, oh, your cosplay looks nice, oh, hello, he just grabbed me, didn't say a word until we were like, can you not do that please? And then his response was to just pat my head and walk away. And I was just like, that's not how it works. I am not your waifu. So yeah, quick thing about cons. A lot of people will tend to think the character you're cosplaying, that you are actually that character, and that's not true. So please don't come up to cosplayers like that unless you're gonna be nice enough for a picture. And also I've had multiple times where like people have come up to us and just taken pictures without even asking. Like there was a time me and my boyfriend did Naruto and Hinata, and I was just fixing my boyfriend's Naruto wig and the headband, and someone was just like, if you want a good picture, just ask, please. I know you have, like, people may have anxiety, but like at least try and find a time where we're not trying to fix a cosplay, or if not, get your friend to ask. Like there was one time where someone had their friend ask because they had anxiety, and I was like, that's fine, hi, I'll be really nice, like I'm not an intimidating person. I love like meeting people and talking to people, and so I get people are shy, but I just wish that people wouldn't just snap pictures. Same with photographers as well. Like I'd just be having a picture taken, or my boyfriend would be having a picture taken by a photographer, and some other photographer would just come over and snap the same picture, and it's like, just wait, like if you want me to turn to you, I'll turn to you, but just wait until I'm done with this one. So yeah, that's probably the most hardcore moment I've had at con. Other than that, they've been okay. We did get followed by some random guy that was really drunk on the way back from con last year, but he soon enough gave up, so we were fine. Nothing bad happened. But yeah, cons are fun, other than the odd people every now and again, but that's probably the only like con horror story I've had. Other than that, my con experiences have been great, aside from some drama, but that's another story. Yeah, so we went to get food after con after that, and everything was fine. And again, I like cons in general, aside from that, because you meet so many nice people, and like you just group together and hang out for the day while you're all dressed up like little anime characters. It's so much fun. So yeah, there's my con stories. So that's the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to stay safe and stay cool. Bye bye.